conversation is going to be centered around inclusive healthcare benefits for diverse workforces. Please put your hands together for the moderator, Kulin Shah, co-founder, Onsurity. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Shah. And let's have a round of applause for Martin Gomez, CHRO, Zepto. Welcome, Mr. Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, please, and give Mr. Gomez a warm welcome. Gentlemen, the stage is yours.
So, I'm assuming that everyone is from the people and culture fraternity out here. All those people who have faced issues in renewing your health insurance, wellness programs, can please raise your hands. Not possible if no one is raising hands out here, right? A lot of people have issues out here. Others just don't know about it. How many of you have faced, queries coming in from your team saying that claims pass nahi ho raha hai? There's so much of paperwork. It's been 90 days that you've not been able to pass a claim. Please, let's raise the hands. Yes. Thank you so much. We're going to be talking about this today. Hi, I'm Kulin Shah. I'm the co-founder of Onsurity. We are a employee health benefits platform, the first ones to provide a monthly benefits platform to Indian organizations. And we have with us Martin, who basically heads the who's the CHRO of Zepto. My first question to you, and I know the time is ticking, but you've worked with organizations like Amazon, Microsoft, Thomson Reuters. You've seen both parts of the world, right? Pre-COVID, post-COVID. Post-COVID, everyone's been talking about health, wellness. Now, what has been your journey? What have been your observations in terms of the evolution of, health, wellness, insurance? If you can just share some thoughts.
Sure, Clint. I think in fact, long back when I started my career, I think people were more bothered or worried about OPDs rather than, really hospitalization and things like that, right? And from there on, and not many, because, the population was more about they will go to the hospital only when they're not well, right? Unlike now how it is today. I can actually, summarize my journey in last 10 to 12 years where now I've been associated with Amazon and now in Zepto. I think how this has evolved, right? I think earlier we used to just think about providing healthcare, covering your family members, your kids, and provide the basic hospitalization coverage and the GTL and GPA kind of a thing, right? But over the years, things are changing because first of all, one size doesn't fit all, right? I think the needs are very different, and also in the corporates when we were looking at, and one of the costs is this is one of the biggest costs that keeps going up every year, and so you also see that um, the need for every employee is very different, right? So you need to kind of tailor make those or provide those opportunities for those diverse set of population as well, right? So it was evolving towards in that direction to say, okay, as a graduate, when I come in, I don't really care about insurance, right? Or covering my parents from that standpoint. So why am I even bothered about it, right? But then you become a family person, then your parents and in-laws come into the play, and also the over the years things have also changed. There is I want a okay there is a top-up option that I want because I want extra insurance, knowing what is required for my people. And then post-COVID, things have also looked very different because people are not just bothered about health insurance; they're looking at a holistic wellness program. Mental stress, well-being, fitness, all those aspects of it, right? So, moved away from a one-size-fits-all kind of model where organizations used to provide only whatever the sum assured plus spouse and kids coverage to Now we're talking about modular, flex, which kind of helps people to design their own problem. And one good thing is the employees are, not looking for entirely to be sponsored by the organization, right? So I think they are, happy to pay for those options as long as they have those wide variety of options there. Yeah.
So, very interesting points in terms of customization. And one thing that I wanted to ask you was, everyone in this room, right? Their best friend is the CFO, and their worst enemy is also the CFO or the founders of the organization, right? Every time you take something, the first question asked to you is, "Iska ROI batao," right? So while the organization, as HR professionals, we want to do the best for the, our employees, right? How do you find the balance between, what you want to give to them and affordability, right? If you can talk about your thoughts on this, how have you kind of, solved for this?
Sure. I think I can talk about my recent experience as we are going through the renewal process, right? I think um, when I came and I saw, I think we are just 3 years old, but become too big too soon. And I think the focus was more about growing, not really, and have the basic fundamental stuff that was required for the employees. So when I came and I felt the insurance wasn't, not the best of the design for the employees and not in line with what the the industry is doing. And thankfully, my CFO was, I think he joined just after last year's renewal. So he also said, okay, let me go through this process when the next time, when it comes to the renewal, I do want to have a comprehensive policy. And he has been used to Flipkart kind of a model, and he wants that best. In fact, uh, I was in a hurry to make sure 1st of April, we have insurance for our employees. And we were said, like, ideal platform is from base. We want to, gradually move to modular and then flex. But flex was something quite complicated. And we said, let's at least get to modular now. But my CFO said, no, I want everything. So which helped in my favor. Coming back to your question in terms of how do you balance? I think how we balance the cost is about, like I said in my previous thing as well. Um, what employees are looking for is, there is a basic coverage that the organization provides for, right? And but give me options to choose what I want, right, based on my needs. Do I want to pay for critical illness, or do I want to have parental coverage, or even for that matter, some other diversity related stuff, the sex change or those kind of options, right? So the needs are quite diverse, right? So you give a plethora of options available, or it could just be simple, I want a top up option for me, right? So provide those options for the employee at a cost, right? I think I think what we do is first finalize what is the base industry coverage that we want to give, but design the policy in such a way that the options are available for the employees, but negotiate well with the providers to make sure the cost for the employee is not too deep as well. I think that's the mantra that we have kind of used to kind of look at as we are designing in the middle of designing the policy. Yeah.
So what I hear from you is that employees want a lot of things, right? The organization has a certain benchmark or a year mark budget. What we need to do today is, give them the access, make sure that it is affordable, right? And the organization at least, fulfills its basic, sort of the need of the employees, right? The basic needs of the employees. And hence that's the way you can run a sustainable program which kind of caters to their individual needs also, and at the same time you are a employer of choice also, right?
Absolutely, Kunal.
Got it. Last question, we don't have too much time left. I don't like the earlier panel. But you know, you've been a part of leading tech companies, right? Microsoft, then Amazon, and now with Zepto. For those who don't know, Zepto just raised a $665 million round. Uh, and yeah, because we met someone and said, you send goods at home, right? And we're like, yeah, and we raised $665 million for that. So you've been in technology companies, right? You've been out the other end while you're providing technologies. Um, as an HR professional, as a people function professional, what are your expectations from your partners, especially when it comes to health and wellness? Because health and wellness has predominantly seen as an offline model. So what are your expectations from your partners? Yeah.
We're almost out of time, but let me try and answer it in brief. Um, See, tech is inevitable. Okay. I know for a cashless, everything works smoothly. You don't really bother about tech. But when it comes to uh, the other ones, right? So that's when tech becomes a need where the employees want to see, want to go paperless. Don't want to be processing so much of paper and things like. So as much as paperless, seamless, wants to track, where their, how their claim is being processed, look at data and things like that. And plus, in not only that, it's also evolved to about, sometimes I don't want to go to a hospital to consult. Can I, consult over an app, right? It's an app-based thing, right? And we are living in a world of data and data-driven. I want to, just a simple thing, if someone is into fitness, they want to see the traction in terms of how they have been doing from a fitness journey and things like that. So I think we
Yeah, I
are
think we
out of
can go
time.
on.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can go on,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, if anyone wants to catch up on on the initiatives that Zepto is taking or what Onsurity is doing, we're going to be outside. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Shah, and thank you, Mr. Gomez.